almost exactly 4 years after the abrogation of Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir. The centre is all set to defend its move in front of the Constitutional Court today. While the 5-judge bench hearing the pleas challenging the move, and Times Now has accessed this affidavit that has been filed by the centre defending its decision. Making a case for its radical move, the centre has said that it brought upon unprecedented stability and progress, as proven when it comes to hosting of the recently held G20 Tourism Working Group meeting in Srinagar, where it says that it was a watershed moment in the history of Valley tourism as well that has been given a major boost. Now, countering the narrative that the abrogation of Article 370 has no positive impact, the centre has cited the data to corroborate its claim, and its move that has made strikes when it comes to school closures, stone pelting, that has been a thing now of the past, with zero incidents of stone pelting this year in the Valley, with schools, colleges, universities are all functioning without any strikes during the last 3 years. This change has also been acknowledged by the local activists as well. However, there have been naysayers, especially when it comes to the political parties who call themselves as the stakeholders there. But we'll break down the details that have been coming in on part of this affidavit that has been filed by the centre.
What was Article 370 all about? It was a constitutional fraud committed on the people of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh, and as well as on the rest of the country. Imagine the scenario that existed prior to 5th of August 2019. It was separatism was flourishing in Kashmir. In fact, Jinnah's two-nation theory of supremacy and exclusivity of Islam was flourishing in Kashmir, right under the watch of secular constitution of India. People of Jammu and Ladakh were deprived of their rights. On 5th of August 2019, we began the process of dismantling of the Islamo-fascistic.
मुझे याद है एक दौर था कि जब मस्जिद के अंदर नमाज अदा करने हमारे मुसलमान भाई जाते थे और वापसी में डर रहता था पत्थरबाजी की घटनाएं। आज कोई पत्थरबाजी की घटनाएं नहीं है। ये बम, बंदूक, पिस्तौल और गोलियों का शोर कश्मीर में थमा है। इसका लाभ कश्मीर के लोगों को हुआ है। ये देश सबका है। ये देश हिंदू, मुसलमान, सिख, ईसाई सबका है। सबके लिए समान अधिकार है।
However, there seems no amount of data, figures and facts on ground that are enough to convince the regional parties that Jammu and Kashmir's integration has been beneficial for the people. The same people who want that there would be bloodshed if the special status was taken away are now calling this move as a constitutional harakiri, especially when it comes to, they've been saying that the entire scenario that has been put up by the centre is fake and the ground reality is completely different.
Purely going against all legal norms, all constitutional propriety, and depriving a state its constitutional status and guarantees. So this is a betrayal, a political betrayal, a moral betrayal by the BJP, and we hope that the Honorable Supreme Court will throw it out like any political argument being made for in a purely legal case, purely on the basis of the ruling party's political agenda and a brute force in the parliament.
To say the least, it is contrary to the realities and the facts, and it is, in my view, distortion of the whole course of the history, and the present situation is being exaggerated to the extent I never thought of. And in my view, as far as Jammu Kashmir is concerned, before 90 it was peaceful, nobody could deny. Tourists were coming, conferences were held, elections were held, parliamentary elections, assembly, panchayat and all that. And then eruption of militancy is not the cause of Article 370, but in our opinion, erosion of constitutional position, Article 370, denial of democratic rights to the people of Jammu and Kashmir.
Well, good morning to you, Pradeep. Pradeep is joining us live right now. Pradeep, the changes that the Union Territory has seen post the abrogation of Article 370, all of that has been highlighted with facts and statements on part of the centre in this particular affidavit.
Yes, you are absolutely right, Amitabh. If you look at this affidavit, they have given the complete figures because it clearly indicates that there used to be more than 1,700 cases of stone pelting in 2018, and it has come down to screeching halt, almost zero in 2023. So if you look at the number of brave hearts being killed during different encounters, it was more than 65%. But again, it has decreased. So if you look at even the law and order problem cases also, that has also decreased. See, at the end of the day, one has to understand, in last 33 years, the Kashmiris had been suffering because of Pak-sponsored terrorism. They had been suffering because of gun violence. And if the level of the gun violence, infiltration, stone pelting comes down, at the end of the day, it is the people of the Kashmir who will be benefited. But nobody is going to buy this argument when we talk about the Kashmir-centric political party leaders. You can see how they have tried to slam this affidavit. They are saying, Umar Abdullah's reaction is that this is a good political argument, but not a legal argument. With this, they can be getting votes, but they will not be able to convince the judges. And the second thing is that Mahbooba Mufti is saying that she's saying it's an enforced silence from the Kashmiri side. But she's calling it silence when she's not able to see how the people coming out on street raising tricolor at Lal Chowk, because she's the same Mahbooba Mufti who had said that after abrogation of Article 370, there will be no one to hold tricolor, because she had been proved wrong by none other than the people of Kashmir Valley. Because when all of these leaders were detained, not a single person came out on street to shed tears for them. And I think this is one of the reasons that the people had been saying that this Article 370 was only benefiting these families. That's why today also you'll find them crying hoarse, because they were the one who had always been saying that this Article 370 was like an umbilical cord that was connecting Jammu and Kashmir with the rest of the country. But if you look at the real reason, it was like a stone wall that was preventing proper integration. Today, if the central laws have been extended to Jammu and Kashmir, it is going to benefit people of Kashmir Valley. If the schools and colleges are open, instead of guns and stones, they are having laptops and pens in their hand. Again, it is going to benefit. But these people are not able to see, because they always wanted that vicious cycle of violence to continue, because this is going to help them. Because less number of vote also help them. People coming out on the street, again, politically, it helped them. Because now the people are not...
What would be the basis of their arguments that they put before the courts? Because there is a bunch of petitions that will be taken up. However, the centre has filed its response in that affidavit. Pradeep, thank you very much for joining in, because it is being submitted that after the constitutional changes democratically made, there have been major steps taken to strengthen the grassroots democracy also in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir.